Yeah, check 1 2, check 1 2. Is this mic on? Is this mic on? Hey, listen, man. It's the one and only trendsetter DJ Sense, and you're listening to CockTales. Dirty discussions with Kiki and Medinah Monroe. Yeah.
Today's cocktail is called Simply Lit.
Lord.
You need 1.5 ounces of reposado tequila, 2 ounces of lemonade, and some Sprite. To make a Simply Lit, you are going to combine the reposado tequila and the lemonade into a cocktail shaker with ice. Shake for about 5 to 10 seconds. Pour from the shaker into a glass filled with ice and top with Sprite and enjoy a Simply Lit.
Well, cheers.
Your nails are cute.
Thank you. I got them from Walmart. I had to put on some emergency press ons.
Can't even tell. I got mine done and they chipping.
Well, damn.
And I'm just, you see how bad they're chipping?
Yeah. Did you get jail?
I got gel. And now I'm like, what?
Oh, now you need a refund.
Yeah, well, she moved. So I was like, was you just lazy on the day that?
Yeah, she was like, this is my last day. Fuck it, I'm out. Anyway, welcome back to CockTales Dirty Discussions, you guys.
Hey, y'all.
This is really cold. Let me taste it.
It's good. I like how it's just a hint of Sprite.
Yeah, that's how I like my drinks. I mean, I'd be making stuff like this at home. Quite tasty. Anyway, anything exciting in your life going on?
I'm ready to go to Bali. I'm ready to go to Turks, and I would love for you guys to come with me. Click the link in the description to come. I'm ready for a vacation, basically. I
would like a real vacation.
Yeah.
Like, no work.
Yeah, those aren't even real I would like a real vacation as well, where I could just lay down and get multiple massages, maybe ride a horse, eat good food, let my belly hang on a beach.
That does sound quite relaxing. I went and had a massage the other day, on Valentine's Day, actually. And I know I got bruises all over my body, but it felt so good. You know, I'm not really a massage person.
So you got a massage bruises from the massage?
Well, I just think that it was very deep, and I told him to calm down. I bruise very easily.
Was it a man?
Mm-hmm. He was very rough. Now, it felt good on these feet, but once he got to my calves, I was like, hey. It's a little rough. I need you to soften it up. But by the time he made it up to my shoulders, it felt really good, and it was so relaxing. For the most part, I mean, my phone, it was on silent, but I had put it on like the focus mode. So I guess maybe it wasn't really on silent. Anyway, people were blowing up my phone, and I was like, I can't ever just get.
I turn my phone off when I go get a massage, even if I'm at Jeju or Spa-Land. I turn it off because I'm not about to play with y'all, and let it go so you can get that peace of mind that you deserve. Because it'd be right in those peaceful moments when you just want to relax and not think about anything that someone's like, girl, let me no, not right now.
I don't want to hear it. I
Give me
don't
my
want to know
90
what's
minutes.
going on. Yes, but it was nice to do that. I would like another one on Saturday.
I think I need to get a massage. When I was in South Africa, I got an Indian head massage.
What's that?
Girl.
Is it like head, like eat your pussy head?
Oh, no, that.
Oh,
I don't think that's legal. We can't do that.
Why not? Well, you know, the Indian folks, they got the Kama Sutra. I didn't know.
I actually don't even know why it was an Indian head massage in South Africa, and it was an African woman doing it. But I guess it's just a practice that they do it. It was nice. I appreciated it, and I had dandruff in my braids, and that lady did not have gloves on, and she did not care. I know she left with dandruff under her fingernails. It felt so good. She got and she was like getting my scalp and like squeezing it together, and then like slowly letting it release. You know when you tighten up your scalp, like you can do it yourself. You push it together. You know when you're trying to itch.
I've never done this, but
you never tried to itch your head, but you couldn't get the itch, so you squish it?
No, like literally. Let me see. Okay, I squished my head, and then
you feel how it squishes up, and then I'll just release it.
Maybe I should do it slower.
She was doing it with her fingertips, and like all throughout my head, the bottom, the sides, the temples, the top.
It
felt
nail.
Amazing. She poured oil in my head. I love a massage. Woo! Gift me a massage. Feels like sex.
I feel the excitement all the way over here. I want you guys to please check out my website, Klassy Baste. I've uploaded some new recipes there to cook. I have been in the kitchen a lot. I have a cooking date with my little cousin.
Oh.
Not a real date. But he was like, it's time to update recipes.
I know
it's been like, 2 years since we even made ice cream? And I was like, you're right. So we're going to get back to it. I haven't been able to spend much time with him. And again, looking at the calendar, I don't know when I am. So I'm like, let's do that. And then
you want to send that baby a Google invite.
I really am. I mean, he be sending them to me and checking me like, well, it says you're 32 minutes away, but it said that 10 minutes ago. Like, where you at? I also have I was supposed to go to the shooting range the other day for a date. I had a really intense headache. And I don't know if that was my body telling me, don't waste your time, sis, or what. But I'm going to try again. We're going to see.
You know, speaking of the shooting range, I absolutely love a man that knows about guns, like really knows about them, like gun safety, gun laws, has a bunch of guns and, you know, owns them legally, obviously. When we went to the cabins for Valentine's Day, my man was so strapped up and ready for war. I couldn't even be scared no more. Because it was pitch black dark and they said there was bears. So it was a lot of like, are we going to be good? He brought like extra locks for the doors in case like it was going to be a scary movie and niggas thought they was going to run up in here. That baby had ARs.
I would be more
and
scared of the
handguns.
people that be out there up in that area.
Well, that's why he was like, I got to stay strapped. I said, do we need 7 guns though? He was like, you never know what's going to happen.
I mean, you need a lot of bullets, maybe.
I
Hopefully
said,
not.
it made my pussy wet though. Like I don't like the gun range, but I do like it because I like.
What don't you like about the gun range?
I mean, I told you, it just makes me nervous. It just makes me nervous. It's loud. It's popping. It's just a lot. But I like men that are into things like that. I really do love a manly man. Ooh, build me a house.
I don't know nobody who can do that, but they do be playing with guns and shit. I mean, that is nice. I like knowing that you could protect us if it came to that.
Or even just like build a fire without a starter log. That is sexy.
I've never had a man do that. But I don't be outside with logs. Y'all did this in the cabins?
We did this in the cabins because we thought they were going to have starter logs. And he tapped into like, I don't even know why he knows
Boy
how to
Scouts.
It was, I was behind him and I was like, I just want to.
Oh, I like this.
I like this. Like, I was like, ooh, I want to like bake you a cake.
Well, you was baking something else. Y'all, I FaceTime her because we had to talk about something. I said, what are you doing?
I had my scarf on.
I took a picture. You know how FaceTime lets you take a picture? I said, I got to take a picture. She was like, did you take a photo? I did. I ain't going to post it nowhere or nothing, but I just had to remind you about this. What were you doing? She was baking biscuits.
I wanted to make biscuits so bad. Do you have a biscuit recipe?
I don't, but you know what? I meant to ask my grandpa. He was asleep. I'm going to call him tonight when we leave here. He makes the best biscuits.
Ask him what it means if you can, like I said, the biscuit was done, but it was this weird aftertaste from the flour. And I'm like, does that mean the flour was old? Was it a cheap flour? Should I have got a biscuit flour? It was an all-purpose flour.
You should be able to use all-purpose. I think it's the baking powder or baking soda you use. Because if that is old, I think it's going to make like a metallic-y taste or some kind of weird aftertaste. If that's old, that would be more likely. I don't know, though.
I don't know, but
we're going to find out. You can try making biscuits again. I'll eat a biscuit. I love
try
biscuits.
it.
I need to leave the biscuits alone.
I
but they
need to
just so
leave
good.
them alone too. And I hate everybody keeps saying, you're getting thick. Shut up. Shut up. You don't know what I'm going through.
Okay, life is hard.
But I'm eating.
Shoot. Anyway, okay, so we're going to move on to weird sex. And when we come back, we have a little listicle to share with you.
You said a man is not a necessity, a man is a luxury.
Like dessert. Yeah. A man is absolutely not a necessity.
Did you mean that to sound mean and bitter?
Oh, not at all. I adore dessert. I love men. I think men are the coolest. But you don't really need them to live.
Okay. So, you guys, this week's weird sex is quite an interesting one. I think that some people would like to be faced with this problem, maybe. So, there's a guy in New Jersey. He was a landlord. Maybe not this exact situation. He basically told them, you either getting evicted or you fucking.
Oh, I wish my landlord
And he
would.
looks
I'm
like
about
he
to
would say
own
something
the
like
complex.
that. Okay, so a New Jersey landlord is being accused of making tenants who couldn't afford rent have sex with him in a bizarre sexual solicitation plot. So Joseph Santani was arrested, though not indicted until this year. He was arrested 2 years ago. The prosecutor's office says the now 75-year-old spent years forcing male and female tenants, he was for everybody, to have sex with him in exchange for rent discounts. Now, wait a minute. If I have sex with you and your 75-year-old balls, it ain't no discount.
It's free.
It's the lease.
Yeah, it's the whole, as long as I'm here, it's free.
Okay? Like what?
I don't have no pet fee, no trash fee, nothing.
So he did that, and in some cases, the tenants facing eviction were faced with homelessness if they did not give in to his sexual demands. I mean, that's not okay, but
What
it
side of
isn't it
town
now.
was this on? I really
This
am
is
like,
in New Jersey.
was he taking advantage of like the low income people?
Well, I mean, I don't know if they were low income, but they have no income to pay their rent, so something was up. I don't know if it was a really nice apartment or I don't know. The latest years-long investigation conducted by the police department, blah, 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 blah. He's been doing this since 2013. And his victims ranged in age from 22 to 61 and lived in various units across his hundreds of rental properties. This is a real predator right here. He was like, I'm just going to let you move in even though you don't meet the income requirements. You have poor rental history. I'm going to give you a place to stay. And then on month
give me that
2,
pussy.
I want you to suck my ding-a-ling. He's currently free on bail, but has been ordered to wear a pretrial monitor. He faces a mountain of charges outlined in his 42-count indictment, including 19 counts of fourth-degree criminal sexual contact and 23 counts of second-degree sexual assault. Blah, 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 blah. The filthy landlord had agreed to a $4.5 million settlement back in December of 2021 to settle a complaint, but that didn't really go through.
How do people think they're not going to get caught? That's how...
I think because so many people don't.
I mean, you're right.
And yes, so many people don't. And some people just feel like their privilege will shield them. They become arrogant.
It's crazy to even think it.
Oh, the drink was good, huh?
The drink was good. It tastes like a little grown-up Sprite. Shout out to Tea.
Thanks.
Tequila by Tea. But yeah, you'd be surprised at how many people don't speak. I've even been in situations where it's like, you should say something, and you don't say nothing, and you wish you did, and then you see, you're like, ain't nobody saying it. The Good Nurse. Oh, we talked about this the other day. The Good Nurse. He said, if y'all haven't watched The Good Nurse on Netflix, it's a true story, and that man was killing people in the hospital, the nurse, and he said he kept doing it simply because he could. No one stopped him. Say something when niggas is asking you to sleep with them to pay your rent and they're your landlord. That's not right.
It's really not.
That's really horrible. That's disturbing.
It is, and it's happening probably more places than you would think. But, I'm glad that they caught him, and even if he is old as hell and he might not even finish the damn trial. It's so damn old, but, I'm glad they caught him.
Me too. What's your love language? Is it physical touch? How about time together with your partner? People get turned on in all sorts of ways, y'all. Dipsy has invented a whole new love language with sexy stories for whatever mood you're in.
Dipsy is an app full of hundreds of short, sexy audio stories designed by women for women.
They bring scenarios to life with immersive soundscapes and realistic characters. Discover stories about second chance romances, adventurous vacation flings, and hot and heavy hookups.
Radically inclusive, Dipsy has stories for straight and queer listeners. And 56% of stories are voice acted by people of color.
You've never heard celebrities like this before. Listen to stories voiced by Sarunas J. Jackson, ER Fightmaster, and Luke Cook.
New content is released every week, so in between listening to your favorite stories again and again, you can always find something new to explore.
They also have soothing sleep stories, wellness sessions, and sexy stories you can read.
Let Dipsy be your go-to place to spice up your me time, explore fantasies, relax, and unwind, or just heat things up with your partner.
And if you really want to heat things up, you guys, me, Medinah Monroe, I have voiced so many Dipsy stories that I lost count. The most recent one is called Summer Heat, so make sure you guys check it out.
For listeners of the show, Dipsy is offering an extended 30-day free trial when you go to dipsystories.com/cocktails. That's CockTales. That's 30 days of full access for free when you go to dipseastories.com/cocktails. dipsystories.com/cocktails.
Well, speaking of places, I was looking up just like dating. What are some of the top cities to date in. And, we like to help y'all. If you're a new listener, I think we have a bunch of new listeners. We talk about dating and sex and stuff like that. And we like to try to help y'all. So there was a list of 25. I'm going to quickly run through just the top 10. And I was really shocked by this because I don't understand how they come up with this. I mean, they have the metrics on this link, but they're basing it off of the amount of people that are married in the city. But
Yeah, it says for lasting love. These are the best cities for lasting love.
So number 1 is St. Louis, Missouri. Have you ever been there?
Mm-hmm. My dad used to live there.
Really?
Yeah, he lived there for just a quick minute. It was for work. I went and I ate barbecue.
Was it good?
It was very good. St. Louis is popular for that. Mm-hmm.
Huh. I didn't know that. I just knew about Nelly.
Well, yeah. Nelly and the St. Lunatics. I do remember them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I was very shocked by that. I've been to St. Louis, but it was when I was a flight attendant. It was a quick layover. I didn't want to even explore the city.
Ooh.
The next one was Minneapolis, Minnesota. Minnesota. It is cold as fuck there. I guess you don't have any choice but to fall in love.
Yeah, you're going to stay together because one, it's cold as hell outside. It ain't no we outside tonight, bitch. No, we're not, because you're going to die of frostbite. And St. Louis, too. And then it's like not as many people as some of these other cities and stuff.
Number 3, Boston, Massachusetts. I was shocked by that. But I will say, when we went to Boston for our live show, that was the first time I spent real time in Boston. And it is a cute dating city. I could see how you could plan really cute dates. I just don't know who you would go with.
Well, I just would imagine that it's because rent is high as hell out there, and we can't afford to break up. Everybody was talking to us about how expensive everything was, which made me feel like the income is a big gap in there. Mm-hmm. It's a big old gap. Okay.
People are looking to be saved. 4, not my hometown, but my family's hometown, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh is an interesting place. It's funny. We always have this joke going on in my house, and we talk about a lot of my family still lives in Pittsburgh. So y'all, you can come for me if you want to. But me and my sister are always like, Mom and Dad, because both of my parents are from there. Thank you so much for getting out of there so that we weren't raised there, because Pittsburgh people have these teeth that be jumping out their mouth. And
a dog?
No, it's just like me and my sister say all the time, the Pittsburgh teeth. And I'm just like,
what are the Pittsburgh teeth?
I'm gonna send you a family picture of, because I don't be understanding what happens. It's like in Pittsburgh, people just, I guess, don't get braces, and it's not like a race thing. I've seen the Pittsburgh teeth on white people and black people. I ain't never seen no Spanish people in Pittsburgh. I only see white and black people in Pittsburgh. But it's a city of love. City of love. My parents met there. Maybe you could meet.
I'm good. I have no desire to go to Pittsburgh. Sorry, guys.
It's a cute city. It is.
Well, you just told me the teeth are jumping out at people as soon as you get off the plane. So I don't know.
The teeth are jumping out. And I love y'all. I love y'all. Okay, number 5 on the city, Richmond, Virginia. These are all very cold places. And I'm wondering if that has something to do with...
Richmond's not so bad, because now we in Virginia. It's technically the South. I have a friend who lives in Richmond. I think that, I don't know, she got a man and they be together every weekend. I think some places it's just like slower pace when it comes to a party scene, right? And I think when it's less of a party environment and it's more encouraged to build a family, settle down, work in the steel factory forever.
Not a lot of temptation.
Maybe, but people probably just stay together anyway. It's cheaper to keep her.
I mean, you're right. Number 6, Providence, Rhode Island.
I have nothing to say about it.
I don't either. I think I've been, but again, I was a flight attendant. I've been almost everywhere. Mm-hmm. Number 7, Seattle, Washington.
Okay, now we're going to Seattle soon. I'm interested to see what it's hitting for. I don't know that I could live there, but I am interested. But even when you look over at the chart and it's putting the percentages, it ain't that many.
Right.
The percents are low. It's 4.2% of people are married in Seattle. That's wild.
Again, cute city. A lot of places to go on dates. I love Seattle. I can't wait till we get there. Number 8, Washington, D.C.
I see it for Washington, D.C.
Really?
Because I think that is a city that is full of people who love to keep up appearances. A lot of people are working in government. They're working somewhere in politics. They have all of these high-profile jobs where people want to see a standard family. You know, a husband and wife, 2.5 kids, and a dog. And so people are going to do that even if they are still fucking the interns. I mean,
even if they're not happy and wanting to marry you, they're like, you fit the part, bitch. You're going to be my wife.
Yeah, and we're both just going to sleep with whoever else we want on the side, but you better show up to these charity functions in your gown, and we're going to write these checks and smile for pictures, and then you need to discreetly go fuck whoever it is you really care about. Yep, I can see why people
so sad if that was my
marry.
life. This says DC has one of the lowest percentages of divorced couples in the country.
Yeah, I bet.
Get you a DC nigga. Or not. Number 9, Tampa, Florida. I went to Tampa last year.
What did you think?
It was interesting. I was like, why are we doing a girls trip to Tampa? I'm too old for this. It is a college town. But shout out to my girlfriend. They bought a house there. She loves it there. And I don't need to go back, but it says they have good wedding venues and romantic restaurants.
In Tampa, I could see that because it's warm.
And the high scores in their adult stores.
I could see that too. Who was telling us that Tampa has so many strip clubs? Maybe that was one of my TV shows.
I don't know, but number 10 is San Francisco, California. Atlanta didn't even almost make the list. They said, first of all,
Atlanta, who?
We know y'all out there wilding and cheating and acting crazy.
Okay,
BV is in the air and floating.
San Francisco. I like San Francisco. Again, I feel like a lot of these cities might have made the list because people are staying together because it's expensive. And again, keeping up appearances. All those people, I think a lot of people high up, they like to look like they are stable. And marriage looks like stability to a lot of people. Even though I know some very unstable married folks.
When you think about marriage, I'm just like, it makes me so nervous the older I get and I still don't have it. I'm just like...
What makes you nervous about not having it?
Just that, I guess, seeing so many failed marriages and wondering, like, okay, are people just ignoring red flags? Or do you really not know until the day after you married that nigga?
Ooh, the day after is wild.
It's wild because it's like when you have these conversations with married people, everyone loves to act like there was no, like you didn't, there was, oh no, he was so nice. I never saw this coming. How, Sway?
Then I wonder if people started to ignore signs because deposits were paid and they were non-refundable. The people with the big weddings. Now, if you went down to the courthouse, I don't know what stopped you from just staying in the car and going to Starbucks. Like, I don't get that.
And maybe it's that people don't understand because now I feel like I look at everything like when it comes to relationships and starting a life with someone, it's like I am dissecting every little thing. A temper problem, if you have an anger problem, like the way you
definitely
handle.
something to watch.
Yeah, and it's just like slight things like that. And I'm like, surely adults aren't going into marriage and not noticing like someone's character. So let's say we're out on a date and you disrespect the waiter. To me, that's not a good sign that this is a good person. If you are disrespectful to someone in the service industry just because they're in the service industry. I've seen people behave that way. I wouldn't be able to marry somebody that's acting like that. I don't care if everything else is great. Why are you disrespectful to people? If you abuse animals, I see you kick a dog or something, or you just talking to animals crazy or babies crazy. Those types of signs to me are things that it's like people just like you kind of just like scoot under the rug, like, oh, he just be. That's a problem.
I think sometimes too, though, people feel like as long as they're not doing it to me, it's okay because they would never do it to me. And I don't know what makes people get on these high horses and feel so arrogant that they think that a person who is disrespectful to others would never do it to them. Maybe they wouldn't, but maybe they would. And then too, it's like some people will tolerate other forms of abuse because it's not physical abuse. And a lot of times it's like the gateway drug. It's coming.
It's coming.
I'm like, we probably sound crazy talking about investigation, discovery, and forensic files and all that shit all the time. Y'all need to watch that shit. That's why we got our eyes open.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's sad when people get to that. Now, when people are married for a longer period of time, I can understand that because it is like, no matter how mature you think you are, you still can change as you continue to grow up and explore the world. And sometimes I do really believe that people really loved each other and wanted it to work, but eventually they ended up growing apart. And it was nothing that they could predict. And because they love each other and don't want to be miserable, they have to separate. Those are ones where I understand, like, you were married for 11 years. Like, do you want to spend 40 more unhappy when you know that both of you guys don't align anymore? It's not even that you hate each other. You just don't want the same things out of life. What you going to be bickering for? People stay together just to stay together all the time. They do it for the kids. They do it to keep up appearances because they feel like, oh, well, we were together. We shouldn't just throw it away. Like, sometimes, bitch, you should have been through that trash away. And that's why the relationship stinks.
Oh, see, those are the things that make me nervous. Because then I go back to, okay, so should we take vows out of the ceremony?
No.
Because we said till death do us part.
Well, you can write your own vows. And
True.
people be lying anyway. So it's like, what's the difference?
I hope my husband don't lie in his vows, because I'm going to have them printed up and posted on the refrigerator so you can see it every morning, and I'm going to get them put on the pillowcase.
And what's that going to do?
Remind you. Remember what you said?
He remembered it and putting that shit to the back, okay?
That is crazy to me. Ooh, I hope I can do it. Y'all pray for me. So I was talking to, I don't know if I was listening to a podcast or talking to a friend. They all kind of just blend in together. And they were talking about like embarrassing stories that no one else knows about you, that maybe there's like a handful of people that know, or one embarrassing thing happened and only one person knows it. And they're kind of like, you don't know if they've ever told anyone. Do you have like any specific embarrassing moment that has happened to you and you're like, I really hope that they never tell anyone
And
about
why would I
this?
tell the damn podcast if I did?
Because I'm going to tell mine.
Well, you tell yours. I have one that I already shared, and it was embarrassing. And I was just like, I need to just tell it because I need to tell it first, so I get my side out first. And I put it on Patreon, but it was so long ago. I'll tell y'all, I had invited this guy over, and it was a really hot, rainy day. Long story short, a bug was in my bedroom, and I did not see it. He did. And he had, like, jumped back, like, oh, shit. And then he went to the bathroom. But I just looked at him. He had gave me an edible. So I was already high and confused, right? So I didn't think anything of it. And then once I realized what was going on, I'm, like, trying to kill the bug. But I'm scared of bugs. And then I want to ask him. But then I was like, he is such a neat freak. He probably thinks I'm so disgusting. And it's because I live on the first floor of this apartment building. And it's all this water out here. And just somehow got here, in here. It's just bad. It was, ooh. So I got a makeup palette that was on... I had a makeup palette like near my bed. So I get the makeup palette and I just like throw it on top of it, but then I could hear it. So when he came out, I was like, did he see it? Did he see it? I don't know. Am I being paranoid? Like, should I just ask him to kill it? He is a man. He should be able to do this shit in his sleep, right?
Get the bug!
Right, but I was still so in my head, and then I was super paranoid. The edible was hidden. I had something to drink before, so I was like going crazy, and then I got hot because I kept trying to like move around in the bed to make it seem like I was doing the craziest of things. I was so embarrassed, and then I got up and got out of the room, and then he came in there, and then he came back. It was embarrassing. It was a mess, and I hate that ever happened, and he has never brought it up, but I feel like this probably will make it to Instagram.
Who got the bug? Did y'all ever get the bug?
So, no, I made my friend get the bug, a different friend get the bug after he left because it was still under there. By then it was dead. Like I had just jumped on the makeup palette, totally ruined my makeup palette. I just jumped on it because I was like, oh, this body is going to be some pressure. So smush. But then it was like, okay, well, it's still got to get out of here. Who's going to get it? So...
Yeah, that's embarrassing. Because
That
if
is
he
so
left and was like,
embarrassing.
this bitch had cockroaches in the... First of all, it was a water bug. Water bugs are a remix of a cockroach. Them
It's all the
motherfuckers is
same.
big and juicy. And they don't die with just one crunch. You got to kind of
I know, because I threw that heavy-ass makeup palette down, and he's still trying to get out. And I was like, if he lifts this makeup palette up and is just walking through, like... Oh my gosh, I am gonna die. And what made matters worse is, to this day, I have been in my head about this. Did he see it already? Because before we went into my bedroom, he has showed me a clip of a joke on Instagram about a girl with roaches in her apartment. So I was like, did you see this shit? And you think I just got roaches and this is normal? Like, that's my roommate. It's not. I still don't know.
Did you ever talk to him again after that?
No. And he's like a funny man, so it was just gonna be a roast session, and I can't keep up. And I was gonna cry. I was gonna do what I told you to do, have my tears flowing. I was just gonna cry and be ugly. Viola Davis cry. I mean, like just tears everywhere. I was gonna have to come up with this. It was just gonna be so dramatic.
I hate.
And if you see this, please don't bring it up.
Yeah.
Just let it go.
This is just content. Well, my embarrassing moment is a little different because it's never surfaced, but I feel like you ever feel you're gonna reach a certain height and somebody's just gonna start shooting shit out there.
My mama said, spill your own tea. Don't let nobody else do it.
But it's still, even if you spill it yourself, if there's like a visual to go with it and then the person's like, watch me, I'm gonna release this to TMZ, and you embarrassed at home crying with your family praying. There was a time when Hannah and I lived together and she had a laptop and I needed to use her laptop because my laptop had got a virus, and she left and I was just like bored at home. It was just like a day of boredom. We were sharing a studio apartment with a big ass pit bull, and
I remember
it was
that.
just a lot. We were working all sort of random jobs trying to just keep the lights on. And so one day I was feeling so heavy and sad, and I was like, I'm gonna act like I have an audition. I didn't. And I turned on her laptop and recorded this video of me fake crying and like acted like I had a script and when I tell you, Kiki, the next day I was like, I forgot to delete it because the computer had died. And I was like, I'll just delete it when I get home from work.
Now, you didn't learn from back in the day to stop just letting these devices die and turn off.
The guy that she was dating, he comes over. I come back the morning after because I had got off work. I was working in the club. And I was like, where's your laptop? And she was like, oh, I let such and such borrow it. He'll probably bring it back like in the middle of the week. And I was like...
So now it's 3 people sharing a laptop.
Now it's 3 people sharing a laptop. And I'm like, I don't know what he's using the laptop for. There's this video in this. He stole her laptop. He never gave her laptop back. This was an ain't shit ass nigga. He stole her laptop and her crock pot. And
Crock pot? What was he making? Rotel?
I have no idea what was going on.
Because what do niggas make in crock pot?
I don't
Besides
know. Maybe
Rotel.
some stew.
You think a man was making stew?
He was making, so he took the crock pot. He ain't give it back.
Sloppy Joes.
She crying about the crock pot in the computer. I keep checking up on like, you should really get that computer back. Because this was like a 5-minute long video of me just sitting in front of the screen crying. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm acting like somebody else nobody else talking to me. This has lived in my mind like one day. We never got the computer back. And it's like somebody did search through this and be like, what is this? And I just think in my mind like, if I get on Instagram one day and I see this video of me crying too, now I'm looking crazy in the video. I don't know makeup on, my hair. It was a mess. I think it was wash day, so half my hair was curly up. It was just like me, and I was just going through all these different scenes. It was embarrassing. It was not good. If they saw it, they were laughing. And I've just been like, one day I'm going to be prepared. What's my speech going to be? What was you doing? Because I look crazy.
So what are you going to say?
I don't know.
Okay.
I actually don't know. Return the laptop because you stole that.
That laptop is good and dead now. It's somewhere in the bottom of the Chattahoochee. It probably doesn't work. He probably can't get the file. It's probably so grainy. You could be like, it's CGI. That's not me.
Okay.
I
Because I
just
just wonder.
That's not me.
Do you think Kim Kardashian ever thought her sex tape was going to leak?
You know that sex tape didn't really leak, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so yeah, I think she was
planned it.
I think she was a girl with a master plan. Maybe she thought it would be fun, but it's like, okay, when shit is going south, well, let me do what my friend Paris did and see how that works out. And it worked out great for her. But I do think people will record things sometimes and not think it'll see the light of day, and it does. Like, don't hack my iCloud.
Ooh, I would be so sad.
Yeah, it's not gonna work out well for me.
Do you like receiving flowers?
I love it.
Me too.
It makes me smile. Somebody brought us flowers at the live show. And then I got some flowers when I got home. I got some flowers on Valentine's Day.
My kitchen's
Drea
full of
had sent me flowers to say congratulations when we did our Charleston show. That was a really nice bouquet. It was not giving grocery store. Okay, niggas take notes. But yeah, I love getting flowers.
Yeah.
And it just makes, when you put them in the vases at home and stuff and not just let them sit in your car to die, it really adds some life and some femininity to your space. I love it.
I've been trying to do better at getting different little bouquets of flowers, even just for myself. I have a cousin who just moved to Atlanta, and we've been spending a lot of time together, and I love her. She's like Martha Stewart. She's always cooking, always baking. She's from my dad's side of the family. Sometimes you don't get as close with the dad side of the family until your adult years when you choose to get to know them, because you always move with your mama. So she moved to Atlanta. I've been making an effort she doesn't live far from me. I walk over to her place. She's always baking something. She always has flowers. Last time I was at her house, I was like, these little I thought they were daisies, but it was chamomile. She was like, no, this is actually chamomile. She was like, I buy it and I just keep it in the house. And it was just so cute and dainty. I used to not like flowers. Like, it smells like funeral home. But now I love them. And I think maybe that's a part of getting older. I appreciate a good flower. Mm-hmm. I do.
I do too. I think that my aunt is kind of like that. Like, I go to her house. If she invites people over for dinner, there's a tablescape. It's not just, we're just sitting down. It's never basic. And I love seeing that and like learning how to put stuff like that together. It's so cute. And I think my favorite flower to smell is actually a magnolia, which they grow on the trees. So it's not going to be like in a bouquet, but they smell like perfume for real. They really smell good because a lot of flowers do smell like recess and dirt, but those smell so good.
That's how I feel about peonies. They smell like, it's the flower of love. They say you're supposed to put them around. If you have a daughter, you're supposed to put them around her room, put them in her room, and she'll find her one true love in life. But I don't know because...
Was that in a Disney movie?
No, I learned it from this old lady named Kathy when I was a flight attendant. She told me, I believe it. They're pretty flowers.
I mean, what's it going to hurt?
I'm gonna try. I sometimes be thinking about, like, if I do have daughters, I hope they don't be little hoes and be fast. You ever thought about that? Like, I'll just be like, please.
You know what they say, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. I mean, I would just hope, first of all, I would hope that, like, I was in a place where I could want them and accept them, to be honest.
Do you think that you are like what your mom was like when she was young? Because I'm nothing like what my mom was like. Really?
But I think, like, I'm a better version. I think I'm better in the sense of more well-behaved. I mean, I made it this far and I ain't got no kids. She had about 4 by the time. I mean, life is different, but definitely. And even now, I feel like in a lot of ways, we're a lot alike and everybody says it.
Wow. Me and my mom, no. I'm more like my dad. My mom was very prude.
Oh, no, my mama not prude. Y'all go to Patreon.
My mom was like, no, we're not doing that. We're not staying out late. She followed all the rules. And then I'm just like, were you lying? But I don't, my dad confirmed she was not a wild girl. She was cute though.
Yeah, my mama was sneaking out. She was going places she wasn't supposed to go. I remember she told me a story that she had done her hair and she had feathered it out like Farrah Fawcett, right? She thought she was cute. She was going to the skating rink or like a party or something. And she hadn't asked permission, but she didn't care because her man was coming to pick her up and they was going to the party. So my grandma was in the kitchen, like getting ready to cook or something. And she told her she wasn't going nowhere until she washed them dishes. So one of the other sisters is in the kitchen. Like, you can't go nowhere. So she said something smart. My grandma threw a piece of chicken at my mama. She was pissed because it landed on her head, fucked up her hair. My mama was like, my hair was late and I was ready to go to the function. And she done threw this chicken. Like, forget salmonella. Do you know how long it took me to get my hair like this?
Oh,
and
it was a raw piece of chicken.
Yeah, she was cooking. She was like cleaning the chicken, cutting it up to cook it. And my grandma was like, I don't care. You supposed to do these dishes. And yeah, that's kind of stuff. I've never had chicken thrown at me.
I never had chicken thrown at me either.
Yeah, my mama should have cleaned them dishes. She always was trying to make her sisters do it. They have horror stories. I'm going to have to do another bonus with her.
Yeah.
And the aunts because, baby, my mama, she put them through it. She was the oldest out of all the girls.
She was the oldest?
She has one older brother, but she was the oldest of the girls.
Wow. Your mama said, I'm doing what I want to do. I wonder if she still went. I wonder if she still went to the skating rink that night.
I'm sure she did. I'm sure she was outside. Then I went through her. Have you ever gone through your mom's yearbook? Or any of like her old stuff? Y'all, when I'm going through the yearbook, it's all kind of phone numbers on the back of pictures. I said, I know that's right. My mama was that girl. She had all of them on her, okay?
She said, no, my mom was, she was a prude. They wanted her, but she was scary and not going. She was telling on everybody. All of her siblings say that. Gina is going to tell on you. Don't sneak anybody over. And then it's so crazy because my mom and her twin are so different.
They're like opposites?
Opposites. Aunt Gia was more like your mom, and she had babies real young. And my mom was just like, when she found out that my Aunt Gia was pregnant, my mom said she remembers being like, you're doing that? You're doing that? and it was wild. And I was just like, she is so sweet and so innocent.
On my path to making better financial decisions, because I suck at it, I have really been trying to pay more attention to the subscriptions that I'm paying for every month. And when I tell you that I looked at my account after downloading Rocket Money, and I realized that I had been paying for stuff. First of all, some apps, I didn't know what they were. I was paying for things like basically twice, when you have a TV subscription or like one of the streaming services to get the channels. Like I already have one channel in one package, but I'm paying for it separate. And I didn't realize it. It helps me save so much money because it'll scan my account and tell me, hey, this is coming up. If I'm not using it, I can cancel it. They'll do it for me. They'll even negotiate the prices on something. So yeah, it's amazing. I love it. My life has totally changed, and that's why I love using Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill.
Oh, that sounds like something I need. You guys, the app shows all of your subscriptions in one place and then cancels for you whatever you don't still want. Rocket Money can even find subscriptions you didn't know you were paying for. Oh, I need that. You may even find out you've been double charged for a subscription. To cancel a subscription, all you have to do is press cancel, and Rocket Money takes care of the rest.
Get rid of useless subscriptions with Rocket Money now. Go to rocketmoney.com/cocktails. Seriously, it could save you hundreds per year. That's rocketmoney.com/cocktails. CockTales. Cancel your unnecessary subscriptions right now at rocketmoney.com/cocktails.
So I had on here that we were going to break down these Beyonce Cuff It lyrics.
I love that song. The remix or the other one?
First of all,
the lyrics.
The original, because I didn't know. We have all these families out here doing the Cuff It challenge, and I never really was listening to the words. I just hear Beyonce and I love it. First of all, talking about is cuffing some ass. That baby it starts off very, princessy. I feel like falling in love.
Y'all thought this was a song about hopscotch?
I really think that after reading through the lyrics, I think it's about orgasms. Doesn't it feel like that's what it would be?
It sounds like she want to get high and fuck her man while she's high so he can take her higher. And she's trying to see how close, like I was talking about earlier, how close can I get to meet the maker? Okay. High five, I'll go back down, but yeah. She's
like,
gonna fuck up the night. Black lights.
Oh.
Spaceships fly. She's high.
You think Beyonce does weed?
I think she eats edibles. She might be like, can I have one weed? But she just really she's not smoking, not fucking up them vocal cords.
Oh, you right.
She is not doing that. One weed on a weekend. She will smoke a cigar every now and then, so maybe she out the country somewhere. Where do people, they go to Jamaica. All right, I have one little weed.
Yeah.
Give me a weed, Mom. That's what she gonna say. And they gonna give it to her.
And I bet Jay-Z be like, B, all right.
Nah, I saw him at the Grammys like, you don't want to drink? She was like, no. He was looking sad.
He did
like,
look
I thought we
sad.
was about to go higher tonight. That's all right. That is all right. She was like, no, I have 3 more wardrobe changes for the night, and I've got to take my pose. I got mission
And I don't
want to
be weird.
And I don't want my eyes closed, and I'm tired of people taking videos of me. Get that iPhone out my face. Okay, let's see. Bet you'll see far. Bet you'll see the stars. Bet you'll elevate. Elevate more ways. Is your dick gonna elevate? See what I say? I told you.
And the reason why I think it's about orgasms is because of that part. Bet you'll see far. Bet you'll see stars. Bet you'll elevate. Bet you'll meet God. You ever had an orgasm so orgasmy that you literally do leave your body? Like you feel like your soul.
I can't even do nothing.
Where did I just go?
Somewhere.
And maybe that is why it's harder for us to orgasm. Because I don't think men feel it how we feel it. When they nut, it's like they nut and it does feel good. I leave my body.
I don't know, but I like when it happens.
I
like it a lot.
When it happens.
What's in these 4 walls?
Is she talking about her vagina walls?
I think so.
Beyonce is a freak.
Which really, it's like it's one wall because it's just a circle, but okay. What's in these 4 walls? You sexy, my love. Now, I don't know who she was talking about, but okay.
She was talking about Jay-Z. That nigga fine.
Okay. Don't miss this roll call when she calling his name. Is you here or what? Roll it up. I know that's right. She's trying to roll it up and puff it up.
Show up.
Pull up.
She said you Mr. Nasty.
I'll clean it up because she gonna lick it up like I would. I'm telling you. Y'all be thinking that the Virgo girls are approved, but that's just because we do it inside. And sometimes we sing about it if we can.
B made a...
She been talking about sucking up the cum for a minute. She is going to get nasty for her man.
You think she lets Blue listen to this, or there's an edited version that Blue gets to hear?
I think Blue had to approve the track.
Okay.
She's just mature enough to understand this ain't nothing. Like, you know, when you watch cartoons and there's all these sexual innuendos that you didn't realize were happening when you were a kid.
Yes.
But now that you're grown, you're like, oh, it might be like that and it might not. But she's like, you know, basically I'm 30 and I really don't care about any of this shit. It's already disgusting, but this is going to make the money so I can choose if I want to work or not.
Because that baby said, I said, oh, Beyonce is a freak. And I wonder if she really be doing this or if she just...
Go read the lyrics to Rocket.
No, I know the lyrics to Rocket.
Go where nobody's been, because, you know, she ain't been around the block like I have. Have you ever had fun like this?
That's one of my favorite parts of the song. Because I be feeling like when I date men, you
love it here.
You love it here. Like, you're not having fun. A lot of girls don't be fun. They just be cute and smell good. But they don't be fun. They don't be cracking jokes, and I'm funny as fuck. That baby said, I want to go missing. I need a prescription. I want to know what that prescription is. Can I sit on top of you? Who would say no?
I wouldn't.
Could you imagine having a threesome with Beyonce and Jay-Z?
I would be so scared. Like, it's got to be perfect. I got to stretch. I got to do a couple nip tucks. I got to get ready. It's going to be like Super Bowl game time. I got to be in training. I got to be ready to go.
Yeah.
I can't fall asleep. I cannot be lazy.
I can't drink too much.
Ooh, yeah, but I got to have champagne because if they offer me some Douce or some of their champagne and I say no, it's just like, how disrespectful are you? I need to practice smoking cigars so I can just hold it for the picture.
Oh.
You know, well, the picture in my head. They're going to be like, bitch, ain't no cameras, ain't nothing going on. I don't know what you thought this was. I would do it, though. Okay. What else?
You know, when she said, when we get to this hypersonic, sex erotic, I didn't know she was saying that. On my body, boy, you got it. She loves Jay-Z, and I love it. Hit them draw licks while I ride it.
Pop that shit up, okay?
Got me acting hella thotty.
Hmm.
Oh, I love when a nigga get me acting thotty, but you're not really thotty, you just with him. Like, I wonder if they be fucking to this song.
Oh, I would.
I would too. That is sexy.
Like, what a flex to have a song like this and we just put my shit on.
Yeah.
Sex playlist is me. Talk about you.
Can I sit on top of you? And she looks over him. She like, come on. Bring that ass up over here. I'm a seasoned professional. Squeeze it. Don't let it go.
That's when you gotta squeeze it in the inside part.
Tease it. No self-control. She said, I got time today.
Because you know she's busy. So today I got time to really make it happen. Ain't no quickies over here.
That's great. Jay-Z really gets to have sex with Beyonce.
And you know, every day it's like when I see pictures of him, he doesn't look happy enough or grateful enough. And it's just like, nigga, smile.
Because he probably like, this is Beyonce. Like, we're like, this is Beyonce. He's like, this is Beyonce.
And you got to have her kids. So even if she was ever like, fuck you, it's like you still get to pop around. You get to be like Dorothy's husband on Golden Girls. You just always get to pop up.
Yeah.
Whether you're wanted or not. What a lucky position.
Well, that really is a lucky position. Okay, we know that part. Cuff it, baby. While I bust it for you, baby. Oh, she is nasty.
And then she say, anywhere, anytime. I don't mind. She already told us, driver, roll up the partition, please. I think they was fucking on the way to the Grammys, and that's why she had bruises on her leg.
That dress was tight as hell. Like,
well, I think they be getting dressed in the car on the way there.
You do?
Or maybe she had to switch dresses. Like, ooh, we gotta get on the chopper back to the house and get another dress because I done fucked this one up. But it had that one had the split, right? Or she had so many dresses.
Yeah, and it just be so snug in the middle. I'm like,
she might have just been sucking dick. But I think they was doing something sexual, and he was like, damn, we ain't been dressed up in a minute. You looking good. She was like, yeah, I know. Driver, roll up the partition, please.
Yeah. And she's like, and Blue, tell Blue she got to get in the other car.
Matter of fact, stay home. She said her babies was at home watching.
Oh, she did.
You can't come tonight. It's for Mama and Daddy,
This
okay?
is for Mama and Daddy. Y'all little niggas got to stay home.
And I think they did it a little bit in the back, too, and that's why she changed to that other dress. I mean, I would. I
Who
know
gonna say
Jay-Z
something?
would.
Yeah.
And who would say no?
To be the driver of some of these celebrities, to what they hear and see, I bet it's out of this world. You signing all the NDAs and
I'd
anything
get fired.
gets
I would
out.
get fired and sued. I would never even apply for that job because I got to tell somebody. And then I would fuck around and tell the wrong fucking person, like my mama. Next thing I know, I'm calling my grandma asking her how church was. She was like, well, I heard you was driving for Beyonce. How did you know?
How did you know? Whoever was driving them that night when Solange kicked Jay-Z in the elevator, that conversation in that vehicle, whoever was the driver, he knows what happened.
And I want to know who was running the security cameras. Who was sitting at the desk? I bet he was like, God damn it, I knew I shouldn't have fell asleep tonight. Because they always be falling asleep in them venues. They just be asleep, not paying attention, playing little phone games, probably betting on a game somewhere.
And did he get fired? Because somebody leaked it. Do they just fire everybody who was on the shift? I really wonder how that goes.
I think it depends because it did have to come from in there. It's not like somebody hacked it and just stole the shit.
Right.
Somebody sold this shit to TMZ. He was probably like, shit, I've been late to work every day this week
How much
anyway.
y'all gonna give me?
Okay.
All right. That's crazy. All right. Well, we are going. Y'all know the rest of the lyrics. My computer's about to die. We're gonna move on to Indecisive Diane, and when we come back, we have some advice.
Would you stop thinking about what everyone wants? Stop thinking about what I want, what he wants, what your parents want. What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want? What do you want?
Hey ladies, it's me, Diane, saving your dating life one day at a time. I guess one episode at a time. So listen, there's a place in Atlanta, it's called Grana. They offer monthly pasta making classes. Now they're sporadic, so you have to go to their Instagram and there's a link in the bio, and they're offering a couple different days during each month if they can get enough people to sign up. So go there, try it out.
There is nothing more sexier than a confident man. You know, if you tell him he needs to do better in the bedroom or make better decisions in the bedroom, he just grabs a hold of the reins and does what he can to make sure that his sexual performance is top tier.
I know that's right. I love a confident man too. One of those things that you can do if you find that you are not feeling very confident in the bedroom is just head on over to Blue Chew. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but it comes in a chewable form. And so it's for men only, and then go online to the website and you get your prescription. It's going to arrive to you in discreet packaging, and it's just going to help you feel confident. I know that people make jokes all the time about what men are doing, what they can't do, or a man that's a little timid. And the reality is sometimes our bodies just are not in line. So sometimes you got to give them a little boost to do the right thing, and you can get that boost from Blue Chew.
And don't be embarrassed about it. Do what
Right.
you got to do. So guys, here is a special deal for you. You try Blue Chew. Well, hold on. So if you or your man could benefit from extra confidence when it's time to perform, visit BlueChew.com. And guys, here's a special deal for you. Try Blue Chew for free when you use our promo code CockTales at checkout. Just pay $5 in shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code CockTales to receive your first month free.
I hope that the men get it. I think it's going to be easy. It's not a pill. It's a chewable.
Right.
What more is there to do than go to BlueChew.com? Check it out, you guys. And now we'll get back to the show. Okay. Well, that was fun. All right. If you have a question that you would like to ask us on the show, make sure you email us at vice@cocktailspod.com. Okay. So you want to do the first one?
I'll do the first one. This one is titled, Should I Get the Dick or No?
Yes.
Hey, y'all. I love you guys and the show. Keep doing y'all thing. And I'm going to the live show in ATL for Valentine's Day. I might bring one of the dudes in my advice letter, actually. I wonder if you did. Anyway, let's get started. So I've been messing with this dude, let's call him D, for about 6 months. And it's going good. We aren't in a relationship. Neither of us wants one at the moment. And we really have been taking our time fucking and building a friendship.
I know that's right. Just how I like to do it.
We've been pretty transparent when we talk about us fucking other people, etc. Recently, we both had a STD scandal, and thankfully, it was nothing serious, and we good now. We were both fucking other people off and on in the summer. After that BS currently, we had a talk and both said we were only fucking each other and how it really wasn't worth the BS because the people we fucked wasn't even worth it. He asked me what I want from him. I told him I like what we have. I don't mind exclusive. Maybe she meant exclusive.
No, I don't mind exclusively fucking you.
Oh, I don't mind exclusively fucking you, but I don't want a relationship right now. He said he doesn't know what he wants either. Fast forward to the present, I'm going home to Michigan for a month, and I have set up plans with this boy from college I used to fuck with. He's a Scorpio like me. So I feel like we read this before, but no way, because the Atlanta show just happened.
Maybe she didn't hear the episode, but I feel like we definitely read this story before. She must have skipped it because she was fucking them and somebody gave somebody STD.
Again, right?
Yeah. Girl, we done read this story. You didn't catch up on the episode.
I don't want to read it again. Can you? Sorry.
Okay. So the next one is, should we do lost, newly broke, horny bitch, or I think I want to scissor my sister? I think it's a sister.
Yeah, because now I want to know what this says.
Like, what is going on? Okay, hey, girls. Absolutely love the show. I am in need of y'all's help, child. A night of drinking tequila has truly changed my life. Me and one of my sorority sisters go back since grammar school. We are both now in our late 20s, early 30s with long-term relationships. Over 5 years and have always been close. One night, my sorority sister and I went out to a club. After a few shots of tequila, we were both lit as fuck. I'm not usually a tequila drinker. People always want to blame tequila. Tequila did not make you do this.
You been wanting to fuck your sister.
Okay. But this night it had me feeling too good. For some odd reason, we were both super flirty with one another, which we've never been before. We are usually the most platonic sister-type friends, barely even hug-type friends, because it's too much sexual tension. At the club, we were grinding on each other, subtly swiping the pussy when twerking. Wait a minute. I ain't never subtly swiped no pussy while twerking. What move is that? My hands be on my knees or in the air. How your hand get to her pussy? Okay. We're making out. Wait, we snuck away where no one could see us. And we went at it. Making out, biting each other's lips, grabbing ass. The next thing I know, my fingers was rubbing on her fat clit. After that night, we never spoke about it again just casual conversations here and there. I can't lie. I've been thinking about it ever since. I always was interested in exploring with women, but never had the balls to. Should I bring this up to her that I can't stop thinking about that night, or just let it be over and done with? I don't want it to be awkward between us, but I definitely want her to know she's awakened a beast. LOL, please help, ladies. Love y'all, sign, feeling a friend.
I actually don't know what to tell her, because it's like, I do feel like if more was supposed to happen, it would have happened. And the fact that y'all are just talking like it didn't happen, it makes me feel like the other girl is like, I was drunk and I don't want this to happen again.
Maybe, but I definitely think either way it goes, since y'all are so close, you got to address the elephant in the room, because y'all could be feeling the exact same way. Like, oh, nothing ever happened because she didn't want it to happen, and she's not bringing it up because she's embarrassed and she feels like she did too much or something, and she doesn't think that I would do it, but I don't really know. Well, who knows how the other girl feels, but we know that you're in your head, and the only way to get out of it is to say something. But the fact that she's still like cool with you and there's no issue, even if she doesn't feel the same way, she'll probably be glad that you can address the awkwardness, and then y'all can move on from it, and then maybe take some more shots of tequila and see if it happens again.
Yeah, or you guys could also go by I'm Curious to Know and just have her come over for a game night and play I'm Curious to Know, and
just ask the question like it's on the card if it's not on there. I think there is something like that on there.
Yeah.
So ask it. You could say, do you want to end the game and have sex with me right now? That is in there.
Yeah, and then you see what happens. It's probably going to happen again, though. I feel like sexual tension that I've had with friends, the scenario will present itself again.
It definitely will. If all it took was a couple of shots of tequila. It's not like you drank 3 bottles.
And y'all was on the dance floor rubbing pussies.
Okay, and then snuck off in the corner of the club.
And y'all probably didn't really sneak off. Because you know when you're drunk, you think you sneak, and we see you.
And it's like, you move from here to here. You're on the other side of the couch. You didn't even go to the hall.
We see y'all.
We're looking at you. And it's
all the line sisters saw y'all fucking on each other. I really wonder how many sorority sisters be eating each other's pussies.
A lot.
I want to know.
Ask them.
I'm going to ask, too. Do y'all be fucking each other?
Okay, that's it for advice. Email us if you have a question, advice@cocktailspod.com.
But if you ain't got a buck, I won't cup 'em. Spend 100 on me, it ain't nothing. Run a double D, so stuck. Back to the point, is it some cash in this place? If it is, I'll probably see the stats in your face, turn around. Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe, was a hoe.
Okay, we have time for one cocktail.
Okay.
This
This one.
goddamn, that's long.
Is it the one that is mine? Are both of them long?
Probably. I feel like I'm scrolling forever.
They are long. Okay.
All right.
Ooh, it's very long. I wish I had one to share with y'all. This one says, car fucked in the bathroom. Hey, ladies, I found your podcast a few months ago, and I have been hooked. Y'all make me feel like I'm just catching up with my friends. Anyways, here's my cocktail. Sorry I couldn't make it shorter, but I hope you like it. So a few years ago, I went out with two of my friends to celebrate their birthdays. It was about 8 women and 2 guys. I was only friends with the 2 birthday girls. This was my first time out in a while, and they were making fun of me earlier in the day because I had been celibate for almost a year. I was telling them it had been months since I'd even come. That's important for later on. The night was going great. We got cute as fuck. We pre-gamed, went to a section, and the drinks were flowing. Money was being thrown, but one of the guys throwing money was broke, if you ask me. He picked up the money he was throwing off of the floor from one girl and threw it onto the next girl in the group. Well, that money disappeared when it came to me. Stuffed that shit right in my shoe and watched him get stressed. Why would you do that to that man? Once we all get tired of being out, all of us pile into one of the guys' trucks to go to Jazz's apartment. Mind you, it's 10 of us. Since it was so many of us, the people in the middle row lapped up so we could all fit. Somebody just call an Uber. I was sitting in the front seat in the middle row. Jazz was on one guy's lap and Kim was sitting on another girl's lap. Let's call her Juicy. We're all in the car dancing and laughing with the music when Kim starts tapping my shoulder, mouthing something to me. I turn around to see what Kim is trying to tell me. I was confused until I see Kim slightly rocking her hips on top of Juicy, and she's mouthing to me, Juicy is playing with her pussy. Now, from what I can tell, whatever Juicy was doing to Kim felt good because she's looking at me with lust in her eyes while biting her lips. Ooh. She keeps saying to me, she's playing with my pussy, or she was silently moaning. We were only in the car for about 5 minutes, but it felt like ages because she never breaks eye contact with me, just making me extremely horny. We arrived at Jazz's apartment, and I can tell no one else seemed to notice what happened in the car. Some of the girls went home while the rest of us stayed. While everyone stayed in the living room, I walked into the only restroom in the apartment. After I finished using the bathroom, I hear someone knocking on the door. It's Kim. She bursts in the bathroom as I'm washing my hands and locks the door. Kim says to me, "Girl, did you read my lips in the car?" Now, no. I'm leaning on the sink looking at her, and I'm like, yes, I read your lips, but you knew that. Kim proceeds to tell me, girl, I wasn't expecting Juicy to do any of that. She's been flirting with me all night, though. I smile at her and say, you seem like you were enjoying it. You seem like you were enjoying whatever she was doing to you. Kim laughs slightly and says, Juicy just started ever so slightly rubbing on my clit and then moving my panties to the side, teasing me a little, which made me open my legs a little more so Juicy had full access to my pussy. Did nobody see this? Now, ladies, as she is telling me this, she's demonstrating it on me, which is making my pussy so damn wet, and my body follows her every word. Kim is fully fingering my pussy while rubbing my clit and guiding me so that my movements matched what hers were in the car. It was like she wanted me to feel the same way she did while telling me this story, and baby, I was in a trance. I'm sitting completely on the sink, pussy wet as fuck, damn near begging Kim not to stop. And the way her fingers were moving, I knew she was getting turned on from making me wet. She's now using multiple fingers and whispering, do you want me to stop? I couldn't even talk. Then someone starts banging on the door because they need to use the bathroom. Instead of stopping, she keeps going. After they bang 2 more times, she pulls her fingers out of my pussy, sucks the juices off, and says, well, now you can't say you haven't come in months anymore. Then we both walk out of the bathroom like nothing ever happened and never talked about it again. Wow.
That's a good friend, Savannah.
That is. Honestly, I'm convinced she was plotting on me the whole night. Now, but I wasn't mad at all. Shit, I'm a little mad. It got interrupted. Hope you ladies like my cocktail. I might send another one soon with love. She had put at the bottom that not to read this, but she makes a little thing for ashy ankles. I was cracking up. She said, "Y'all be talking about ashy ankles."
Oh, that's funny. That was a good cocktail. She probably was plotting, but that was a good friend. And you said you hadn't came in months, and now look at you in the bathroom. You done relieved yourself and relieved yourself.
Good for
and
you,
now
sis.
you're feeling good. It's a good friend to keep. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening to the show. Make sure that you are following us on all the social platforms, that you check the description box for all of the links to everything we have going on. Get your tickets to the live shows, get your tickets to go on the trips, get your cookbooks, get your merch, sign up for Patreon, all of that good stuff. On Instagram, we are at CockTales Podcast. I'm at Kiki Said So.
I'm at Coffee Bean Dean.
And until next week, you guys,
Goodbye.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.
Population.
Goodbye. Bye. Bye. Wait on the track. Bye. 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 Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.
Population.
Goodbye. Bye. 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 Wait on the track. Wait on the track. I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.
Population.
Goodbye. Bye. Bye. Wait on the track. Bye. Bye. Bye.